My name is Ethan Walker, a 35-year-old lead mechanic at Ridgeway Motors in Asheville, North Carolina. Life had its routines, and I found comfort in the predictable hum of engines and the camaraderie of my garage team. 3 months ago, I began experiencing persistent fatigue and swollen lymph nodes. Initially dismissing it as a lingering cold, I finally scheduled a doctor's appointment. After a series of tests, the diagnosis came. Stage 2, Hodgkin's lymphoma. Treatable, but the road ahead would be arduous. Leaving the clinic, I called my wife, Olivia. "We need to talk," I said, my voice steady, despite the turmoil inside. She responded with a curt, "I'm busy, we'll talk later." Returning home, I was met with silence. Half of Olivia's belongings were gone, including her suitcase and our wedding photo from the nightstand. My phone buzzed, a text from her, "I didn't sign up for this." Attached was a screenshot of our joint bank account, now emptied of the $38,000 we'd painstakingly saved over 5 years. I stared at the message, emotions swirling. Typing back, I simply wrote, "Take care." I then sat on our back porch, beer in hand, watching the sunset, the weight of betrayal heavier than the cancer diagnosis. Tim, my neighbor, noticed me and approached. "Everything all right? Saw Olivia leave earlier." "Got some health news," I replied. "She didn't take it well." Tim nodded, offering support without prying. "Let me know if you need anything. Lisa makes a mean casserole." After he left, I retrieved a folder my Uncle Robert had given me, a retired estate planner. He'd helped me organize important documents after my grandfather's passing. Inside were copies of our marriage certificate, my will, and documents related to a piece of land I'd inherited. I called Uncle Robert. "Remember our talk about estate planning? I need to make some changes." "Everything okay?" "Ethan?" he asked. "No," I replied, "but it will be." We discussed updating my will, removing Olivia as a beneficiary, and securing my assets. I also opened a separate bank account to safeguard any future funds. Olivia and I met at a friend's wedding in 2016. She was a paralegal, sharp and ambitious. We moved in together 6 months later and married the following year. Our early years were filled with home renovations and shared dreams. However, cracks began to appear. Olivia's aspirations grew beyond our small-town life. She started spending time with new friends and hinted at moving to a bigger city. I resisted, valuing our established life in Asheville. 2 weeks after my diagnosis, I began chemotherapy. The first session was grueling. The nurse asked if my ride was waiting. "Took an Uber." I said, "My wife's out of town." She offered a comforting smile. "First one's the hardest, you'll get through this." OD. Returning home, I found a casserole on my porch with a note from Lisa. "Made too much, enjoy." The gesture warmed me even if I couldn't eat much. That night, I called my sister Emily in Charlotte. I told her everything: the cancer, Olivia's departure, the drained account. She wanted to come immediately, but I asked her to wait. I needed time to process. The next morning, I contacted the bank. Olivia had transferred all our savings to an account solely in her name just 40 minutes after my call from the clinic. She hadn't even waited for the full diagnosis. I felt a shift inside me. The sadness began to harden into resolve. I drove to Uncle Robert's house, bringing all our financial documents. He reviewed them carefully. "She can't just take your money like that," he said. "Joint account." I reminded him, "Her name's on it too." He frowned. "Still taking all the money when she knows you're sick? That's heartless." I showed him the text she sent. "I didn't sign up for this." He nodded grimly. "That's pretty damning." We spent hours mapping out a strategy, documenting assets, securing titles, and preparing for potential legal battles. 2 weeks into treatment, I received a letter from Olivia's lawyer. She wanted a divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. and requested half the equity in our house. There was no mention of the money she'd already taken, or my illness. I took the letter to Uncle Robert. "Bold move," he commented. "She takes all your savings and now wants half the house." "What should I do?" I asked. "Don't respond yet," he advised. "Let's see how far she's willing to push this." A few days later, I received a text from an unknown number. "Ethan, it's Olivia. This is my new number. I know you're upset, but we need to figure this out. My lawyer says I'm entitled to half the house." I didn't respond. 3 days later, another text. "Ethan, being childish won't help. I know you're going through stuff, but I have rights too. Going through stuff." As if cancer was a minor inconvenience, I blocked the number. My third chemo session was brutal. I couldn't keep food down for 2 days and lost 12 pounds. Emily finally came up from Charlotte, stayed for a week, cleaned the house, stocked the freezer with meals, and drove me to appointments. Before she left, we received another letter from Olivia's lawyer. More demands, more threats about what I owed her. Emily was furious. After what she did, she's lucky you haven't taken her to court for the money she stole. "We'll get there," I said. The following week, I received a certified letter from the bank. Olivia had tried to remove my name from our joint credit cards, but couldn't without my signature. She'd also attempted to access our safe deposit box, the one containing the deed to the house, the title to my classic car, and my grandfather's will. The bank denied her access when she couldn't produce the second key. I called Uncle Robert immediately. "She's getting desperate." He said, "Probably realized she left loose ends." "What's my next move?" "Let's close that safe deposit box. Move everything to a new one in your name only, and it's time to file those title changes for the car." I took a sick day, went to the bank, closed the box, opened a new one, and went to the DMV to remove Olivia's name from the car title. That night, another text from a new number. "You changed the car title. That car is half mine. You put my name on it." I stared at the message. How did she know already I'd only filed the paperwork that morning? Then it clicked. She must have someone at the DMV feeding her information, or the bank. Someone watching my moves. I called Uncle Robert. "I think she has help. Someone telling her what I'm doing." He was quiet for a moment. "Her father has connections. Wouldn't put it past him." "What do I do?" "Feed them wrong information." He said, "Let's set a trap." The next day, I called the realtor, handling my grandfather's land sale. I asked her to pause the process and made sure to mention on the call that I was exploring other options for the property. Within 48 hours, Olivia's lawyer sent a letter demanding a share of the land sale proceeds, claiming it was marital property. But the land had been in my family for generations and was never jointly owned. We had them with documented evidence of Olivia's attempts to claim assets she had no right to, and her blatant disregard for my well-being. We built a strong case. Uncle Robert helped me file a lawsuit for the return of the stolen funds and to contest her claims on the house and other assets. The court ruled in my favor. Olivia was ordered to return the $38,000, relinquish any claims to the house, and was denied any share of the land sale proceeds. I sold the house, used the funds to cover medical expenses, and moved to a smaller place closer to Emily. The classic car, now solely in my name, became a weekend project that brought me peace. Cancer treatment was grueling, but with the support of Emily, Tim, and others, I made it through. The betrayal left scars, but I refused to let it define me. I started volunteering at a local community center, sharing my story to help others facing similar challenges. I found solace in helping others navigate their own hardships. One evening, as I sat on my porch, watching the sunset, I felt a sense of peace. Life had thrown its worst at me, but I had endured. Betrayal cuts deep, especially when it comes from someone you once trusted. implicitly. But resilience, support, and a steadfast commitment to justice can pave the way to healing. I never sought revenge. I sought closure, fairness, and the chance to rebuild. And in doing so, I found strength I never knew I had